Hello, hello, hello. Let's see what my mic. I can probably turn my mic up and the gain down.
How's the form, Nate?
Okay, let's see. 1, 2, 1, 2.
Oh, that goes.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Yeah, 5 people signed in, so.
1, 2, 1, 2. I think that's alright.
Hey Nick, how you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Hey, good mate. Good to meet you.
Yeah. I just saw the stuff list and I saw all the guys from the main aero team and I was like,
Yeah, it's gonna be quick.
that's alright. I need a good head kicking.
I'm going to go with the aero bike.
Well, here's the place to get it.
Try and get myself. There's no battle points.
Or is it just like,
Nah, this is gonna be hang on. Just so much climbing that it's gonna blow up to pieces.
yeah, easy. Alright.
Find a group you're comfortable in and
Yep.
try and beat them.
Hey Phil, hey Dave. How's the
Alright,
Oh, my sound's very loud.
Have you got a kick on you at all?
a kicker, yeah.
So, maybe go for the first one.
Okay, that's.
I suspect
Seems
that
like-
most people will.
Let me know if it's
Because
stupidly
they're
loud.
going to get points and not get blown out the back.
Oh fuck, sorry, I thought you meant my trainer, bro. No, I got
No. Hang in for dear life then.
Okay.
I'll try and hold on the climbs.
Yeah, do what you can, mate. You know how to race the Zwift, so.
All the added tricks have seen my 7 dumps over the wall.
Yeah.
So,
I can turn the gain down because it's actually really loud, but I didn't want to turn it down too much otherwise.
Yeah, the first sprint I think finishes at 2.3 Ks, if this guide is right.
I worked out.
Yeah.
is that the one on Zwift Power?
Sorry?
Is that the one on Zwift Power?
I just go, what
It's
is
straight
this
out.
size one?
Site Badley's recon.
Yeah. I tend to sort of go through until I find where he's got the thing up and take a screenshot.
I haven't even checked what pens are we going to be exiting from.
It's one at the top before the sound into the sprint.
So we go down the hill through the balloon sprint.
Now through the country sprint.
This one, yeah.
Okay. Oh, not the balloon sprint, yeah, the country sprint. Through the meadows.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
why.
lead in.
That's what I was thinking. So I'm going with the aero bike just in case.
Yeah.
It's not really an FTS game, that one. It's just basically balls to the wall.
Yeah, that's it. It's going to be one for the heavy boys coming from the back.
I'm working
Always
on.
timing it.
I'm working on that.
Getting heavy.
There is no BSB. There's no battle points.
No,
Can
that'll be
do.
right.
Hopefully it loads. Well, hopefully it doesn't load. Oh, damn, it did. What have we
Did
got?
we have 80 riders in any of the courses last year? I don't think we did.
We might have had 70 odd.
Yeah.
It's always going to happen, wasn't it? It's too complicated. I don't even know if the system's not working, or I just realised that people don't want it. So they're just using the excuse it's not ready. Just kind of funny because I said,
Have
trust
fun,
it.
gentlemen. We ain't going to win this week.
Yeah. Treat it as a good training ride.
Yeah.
It's fair.
Hopefully I got everything good. Let's go. Felt like I was going rocking backwards and forwards then.
Did you see the
The Zimbabwean trainer at the front.
Masaka start.
Masaka? That's right.
I think feels like my bike's rocking backwards and forwards. I did fix the creaking olive oil on one of the legs of the trainer because I didn't have my chain oil or my grease. Olive oil is great. Alright, time to enjoy using the aero bike here.
Gatesy hanging around the back, ready to.
I'll put this up now.
If someone remembers, got a call when to launch from the back. I've got no idea, so.
Put that up now. Well, I've still got the ability to.
You've got a plan to be coming through the front as you hit the green. Otherwise, you're not going to get there.
Okay. Thanks.
I was thinking about that, but it's pretty. The 360 I need to use for the fisheye because my other cameras don't have the wide angle. Yeah, that's not going to be nowhere near 18.9 when I get further up, is it? Okay. Time this if I can.
Light up.
Not bad actually. Oh, it's John.
13.
Hockey man
You
got.
got 14.
I saw him go past.
Now you got something across the line.
I think I got third FTS.
Right on.
That was about a second too late.
I thought I was going to hit it too early, Mick. I thought I was going to. I probably could have kept on going, but
And this, it's downhill for me.
just ease up.
I've just fallen off my front block.
More aero. So Nathan's fallen off his front riser.
Should I send this to handle now or hold on to it?
I don't think there's any really angle left.
Ah,
So probably been
Oh yeah, well, it doesn't work anymore. That's going downhill.
my 50 kilo weight penalty up.
I'm not sure if I'm going for ATS here, Mick, because I'm going to be buggered on the climb. I did stay to the back just a bit. But Josh is there, Torben, lots of big hitters. Maybe, but the big guys were behind me. I haven't got the FTP I used to have. ain't good news.
Fuck. Already negative what counts.
Ease up, Nick, and join our group. Save your watts.
Enough with the anvils. Thanks, Phil. I just need Nick to. Nick's just wasting his energy. Nick Schultz. Nick, you're not going to get anywhere by yourself. Wait up for us.
Where are you guys behind?
Yep, there's 4 of us behind you.
Oh, I saw the other end. Oh,
We should have a good blob soon. There's another 2 coming across. We'll give you some rest. God damn it. I'm glad I didn't go for points in the first climb. That was
my head kicked me off after. Holy hell.
bloody Josh Harris, isn't it? Killing us.
Probably a reason he's gone the world, so.
I was thinking about playing the FTS game on that second climb, but then I saw Torben and Josh are behind me. I was like, yeah, I'm going to struggle just to stay in the group, so
I crawled up that climb and then crawled up the second climb.
I think I was about 15th wheel over the first one. And then
Yeah, I'm glad I went the aero bike. It made no difference. 1.5 seconds up the road would have nothing. I don't know, Mick. Think about BS battle segment points. As FTS becomes more meaningless. So the issue is for someone like me and you, who go for the FTS on the first part of the course and then can cruise the rest and get good team points, well less valuable. Yeah, they definitely made battle points far more complicated than it needed to be. Just make FAL all the way down to last place. Even if it means for teams with, or races with 30 people, last place gets 20 points or something. Just adjust the point system. Who's pushing this? I thought this was the Gruppetto. What the hell's going on?
it's in again. Doing like 7 months before.
Yeah, not happening, Mick. I was doing far better that last attempt than this one. See if my time's still up there. Yeah, still at third, just by point. That's the difference between the aero bike and the Tron, I reckon. Third and fourth, maybe even fifth. Or sixth. See how close the times are. So I went the aero bike. Does even out. So one team that has one awesome rider and 5 crappy riders do get far better results than a team race should.
Ends up with double time, doesn't it?
Finished at the top here, up at the temple.
2 more hits to go, let's go. I feel like I'm in Rocky.
Well, one long hit kicking.
I'm just cruising to the bus at the top.
Now I picked up one of the elite arrows. That makes me feel good.
Give him a wave.
Yeah.
Play the team game and hold the bunch up for us. Maybe less.
Got Daz in there.
Sorry, I dropped out for a while there.
Yeah.
I'm the group behind you, Jay.
Yeah.
Is there any value in swapping the gravel for the fire?
Nah, not unless you're in a big group. You're not gonna pick up much.
You get a bit of a swap.
Yeah, that's stay in the wheels. It's pretty drafty on those wooden planks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll hold my feather finish maybe. I don't think I was going to really attack on this climb. Don't want to get the amble.
Fucking close this time around.
Try and pick up a bit of draft on this little descent. Our teammates in this. Sebastian Raymond. Rayman. Chilean rider. Very good cyclocross rider. How's my sound tonight? Anything I need to adjust? I'll turn the gain down, the volume up. Plus also fix my squeaky trainer with some olive oil on the arm. Yeah, but it's not leg snapper back to back to back, is it, Davies? Is that rest? Sort of. This is horrible. For me, anyway. He's kicked off the front. Here we go. Oh, it's bike swap. Yeah, olive oil, Scott. Who's that? Is that the bike swap? Jesus Christ. Crap. Points don't matter here, do they? Those three of us. I got him. Mark O'Brien. I think you got 10th national champs on Saturday.
Wow.
Oh, well, it's really good. Let's have a look at the graph.
That was like a... That's fire, huh? Oh, shit.
Well, no shame in getting absolutely kicked by Mark O'Brien.
I'd hope he'd been hurting a little bit more after he got it.
I know. He did his recon ride on Sunday, didn't he?
That was his cool down after doing 185k.
He was just a bottle carrier, wasn't he?
Work, boys.
I could hear a lot of suffering.
Oh, that sucked.
I've got that.
This was a good idea.
Yeah, I've got the watt balance going with Source. I looked up after that first com, and I was in -1. I was like, oh, Jesus Christ, that's a worse thing to look at just before you start the climb.
Yeah. Oh,
I'd nearly just done a 20-minute PB
yeah, good work, mate.
to the end, and I just fell on my legs were about to have a massive explosion around it.
It made me laugh with the riser block falling over. Good sprint, John. I saw you got first for FTS. What did you get for FAL, do you know?
How'd your extra aero work out for you? No, did you
Well, sorry?
have the extra aero go for you?
Help you.
Downwards facing black.
Yeah. Help you push off the front. I was actually lucky there's no battle points, I think, for that. Because I got decent FTS, I think, at the start with 3. I'm not sure what I got. Might have got 1 FAL for that sprint. And then just finish points.
Hold on.
But a course like that, it's all the points are going to go to like 3 or 4 riders, isn't it?
Yeah. It's probably why
It's supposed to be-
Oh man, that sucked.
So, listen, probably trying to introduce that other point system so it's relevant to the end of the field.
Yeah.
I had my old teammate from the Chilean team, Sebastian Roman.
Yeah.
He's a good cyclocross rider, pushes good white. So I just sat in his wheel for the climb. He actually went to Europe and did the cyclocross championships in Europe.
Nice. Yeah, well.
And then I saw Daz Carter's in my group too. I think I beat him. I hope I beat him.
Yeah, I saw it was. Yeah, I saw it does. Sitting at the back of your group.
I reckon that's pretty cool though, that like we can race with those sort of guys. Probably brings you back down to earth a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
You
like,
can't cherry pick the field.
Yeah, that's what I like about Zwift is you can ride against riders who you see outdoors riding. They do, like he was pushing good watts. I was just wheel sucking him.
I've never been so prideful finishing 35th.
It was like the tiny races. I always get excited when I get like 24th.
On the wrong end
pretty
of
well
the
on Sunday.
power.
Yeah, it's funny how different the first time slot is compared to the last time slot in those tiny races.
How's that? The first one's hard.
First one's like a Premier Division race. I keep having to realise, like in the first time slot, you've got to start sprinting so early and basically die 200 metres from the line. And then I do a race with 20 riders, and I'm not going about 300 metres too early.
Mark lit that up. He did 5.8 for the whole thing.
He's been training so that he can beat Josh, hasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
A young whippersnapper.
It'd be a little bit demoralising being beaten by a guy that's been riding for less than a year.
Mark didn't qualify for Worlds, did he?
No. No, he doesn't have any sprint. He's never worked on his sprint, so you're never going to win anything.
Well, you do if you do 200 kilometre rides off by yourself. See you later, guys, from kilometre 10.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, boys. That was really fun. I'm looking forward to next week.
You sure it was fun? Did you remember that race?
Next week's even less fun. It's a time trial.
Nah, it's just 3-minute acceleration.
Yeah.
I love time trials because if you get dropped, it feels like you've done something for your team.
What if I told 24 of us signed up so far?
I'm available if you need me, but I thought there was a couple of extras. Wasn't Josh Wilson
Yeah,
back?
I'll have a look later. Yeah. Yeah, I'll look later.
How many are we on time trial? Is it only 4?
6.
Four have to finish. Start with 6.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if you start with 4, you got to finish with 4 as well, unlike the Thursday night, which Aero found out last season.
Hey, yep. I went back to the rule book.
Mind you, it's WTRL. They might change the rule 1 hour before the race.
Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Like, make sure my wife expected 100 grand. I was like, I don't want to email from WTRL going on. Scared of Zara.
Yeah.
Yeah, when
For a couple of seasons where they were making teams do weigh-in videos.
Yeah, they cut that, didn't they? Because there's so much bloody abuse going on.
Yeah. Rubbish.
I've got a teammate who rides in my burrito team, and the amount of hassle she has to go through doing those elite races,
Yeah.
it just does her head in.
Yeah. But you see why when you look at whatever his name is from South Africa.
Yeah. He was riding to it, wasn't he?
Yeah. It was pulling out
Yeah.
all the stops.
That's the thing. When I was losing weight a few seasons ago, I think I got down to like 72.5. But I was almost like, I don't want to put that weight down because then I'm itching up to like potentially getting into a Premier Division team, and I don't want to do that. I just want to ride my bike for fun. I don't give a crap about racing against 25-year-olds.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm not going to be. Yeah, I'm not going to be signed up for anyone. If they are, I'll be making bugger all money like on Zwift Academy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Embarrassing $20 a race.
But you get
Don't know what
to
would be worth.
you get to pay discounts on your tyres.
What on me?
Do you guys watch that Chris Miller and Jesse Coyle YouTube channels?
No, what do they do?
They're talking about the Zwift Academy and talking about how the new Zwift Academy rider has got the same contract as Alex Bochner. And they're they're like, why would someone like Kipper Sayers want that? Because he's already got one of those contracts.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it was. Did you watch the Zwift Academy finals?
I did watch it, yeah.
Well, it was pretty shit this year. What they were doing was pretty rubbish. Kicking out Cooper because he kept on getting trucks instead of arrows.
It was hilarious that they did the bottle challenge, and the rider that was the worst at it was the one that they chose for the academy, and they kicked out Cooper that episode.
It was freaking horrendous. Absolutely horrendous. Yeah. That guy was always going to win. Just had so much more power than the rest of them.
I'm pretty certain all they do is just go, okay, this guy's the guy we want, but we're going to make a television show, and kind of base it around the strengths of the guy that they want in the team anyway.
Oh, they got another ready-made Jay Vine. Who did they lose? They lost Jay Vine, so what do you get? You get another Jay Vine.
And there's so much controversy with the female winner.
Yeah. She did cause some accidents.
Well, so my other teammate, she actually qualified for Zwift Academy, but she's like the girl, the Italian girl. She's like, I'm 38 or 39. She's like,
Yeah.
No one's going to pick me, and also I'm not going to get paid that much money. So she just said, no, I'm not doing it. She just did it for fun, which is like, I'm not entering.
Yeah. Yeah, you got to be a kid with no full-time job and hope that you can go further like Jay Vine did.
Yeah. They really need to revamp it and just go to Africa and South America and places and just find raw talent.
Yeah.
Morocco?
Yeah, I think Jay Vine was paying for being on that team, pay for his own bike fits, and it was nuts. Some of the things that they weren't getting. So it was a no-brainer going to another team where he's going to get everything and get paid money.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not all fun and games when you make it work to it.
It'd be one of the jobs I definitely wouldn't want to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I don't know if you know, but I did my pilot's license 12 years ago now, and I absolutely love training. But the industry, Jesus Christ, I was like, yeah, I don't want any part of this industry. It is absolutely atrocious.
Not much of a lifestyle either. Away from home.
Yeah,
Half your life.
so much exploitation. Because
Yeah.
I mean, if you get to the top level, you get a lot of money. But there's so many people just so desperate that you just it's like begging on the street.
Yeah. We had a guy racing for us. Maybe it was before you were on the team. There was definitely a guy who was flying maybe for Emirates or one of those it was during COVID, and he rode for us for a few weeks, and he was just flying cargo planes during COVID because it's the only thing you could get.
Yes. So many pilots you see are bus drivers now, and they're happier being bus drivers than they were being long haul pilots.
Yeah, I got off a link flight the other day, and they try and make it all sort of personal, and they have the pilot at the bottom of the stairs and stuff. And they're talking about something, and he's like, "Oh yeah, been targeted on. It was pretty shit during COVID." Sort of thing.
Oh my god, thing got zoomed in. That's the problem with the 360.
There would have been a lot of pilots sitting around waiting for the phone to ring.
Yeah, I haven't really looked at it too. The problem is you've got to be relevant. So if you haven't flown for 6 months, they've got to spend a lot of money. You jumping into the simulators, getting back. So that was the other issue with the pilot shortage, is they don't want to pay the pilots to get trained.
Yeah. Yeah, my brother's father-in-law is one of the guys that does the flight simulators for Qantas.
That'd actually be a fun job. Like what
Yeah.
One of the things I want to do is just be a helicopter pilot instructor.
Yeah.
just do flight training the rest of my life, because you get to do fun things. Whereas if it's like getting given a Ferrari and just go, okay, drive around the block really slowly for 8 hours.
Yeah, I had a mate that did that as well, flight instruction. It seemed pretty flexible too, like you do an 8-hour day and all you have to do is just sit in the cockpit with the pilot and tell them what to do.
Yeah, send pilots up for their solo and not try to stress too much.
He had a couple of moments where he was like, oh shit, this is it. I'm done.
I used to really enjoy just sitting in the rec room just watching all the new pilots doing touch and goes. Like, some of those landings are so funny, just bouncing around.
Now, got to learn somewhere.
Yeah.
I get to watch surgeons, or want to be surgeons, chopping people up. Try and pull back together. Right then.
Do you get people who have never done surgery before find out that they're actually really squeamish, or people kind of know that before they get to it?
I think that some of the interns and definitely the medical students, we regularly get them having to lay down on the theatre floor with their legs in the air. They go a bit warm. Most of them are pretty good, but we get the occasional registrar who shouldn't be doing surgery. Shouldn't be anywhere near a patient. They're few and far between, luckily they get found out quickly.
I'm definitely getting in the car and driving back to Melbourne if I cut my leg off or something.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, don't go to any public hospital. You're going to get operated on by a kid with the surgeon in the chair room waiting to be called.
Yeah, that was when my partner did her leg skiing last year. We just kept badgering the registrar until he did it himself.
Yeah.
Instead of the kid.
Yeah. Oh, I got to learn. And you ain't paying for the surgery, so.
Yeah.
It sort of realised how hard it was to use your private healthcare in that scenario.
Yeah.
Because you're sort of stuck, any private surgeon will be, okay, well, we need to book you in for an appointment. That can be in a week's time, and then we might be able to do it a week after that. It's like, no, we're in emergency right now.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%.
Going on 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I just got a PM about someone saying, when does Premier Division start again so we can get rid of those Premier Division riders?
Good point.
Problem is I've changed the day, so they're still right with us.
Yeah, never. Fortunately. They're here
What
for
team
good.
in the Premier Division?
Our aero team,
Yeah.
they ride in the, whatever the thing was called, the Grand Prix.
And
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure. New Zealand Bro never got in it, did they?
No, a lot of teams didn't get a gig in the Grand Prix. I don't know if they chose not to because at the time it was on or what, but
I know BL13 qualified for it because they actually qualified the season before, but
Yeah.
they weren't given the gig because they don't have group rides on
Yep.
Zwift.
Oh,
So that's why BL13 have pushed the group rides now, and the group,
Yeah.
the series.
yeah, Aero probably pretty lucky that Josh came across for those last 3 races. They were second bottom till he stepped into the team.
It was hilarious watching the commentary. The commentators did not realise that Josh only just did that first race, and
Yeah.
they're like, "Oh, look, Aero's stepping up." It's like, yeah, it's Josh's first race, isn't it?
Yep. Yeah, just watching them, and the rest of them still had zero idea of what they were doing. Just does my head in. We've got Tully, who's been on it for as long as me, and just can't lead them.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I watch a lot of Premier Division races, and like the strongest riders, sometimes you're thinking, what are they doing? There was one of the races where 3 riders escaped from the group in the women's race, but they all rode 3 wide. They did not sit wheel to wheel. They just rode 3 wide, 2 kilometres from the finish, and of course they got caught by the group.
Yeah, it's nuts. Yep. Do you even Zwift, bro?
I do have a theory that if you're really strong like that, you kind of get away with being just racing like an idiot, just racing really hard and just bludgeoning the competition. Whereas riders like us who are riding, like, okay, if we enter a shit kicker race, we do pretty well. But when we're racing against the top guys, if we don't pay attention to what we're doing, we just get blasted.
Yeah.
Well, blasted early.
One minute, and then the next minute I was like 30 seconds out the back.
Yep.
Yeah, that happened quick.
Yeah, you can't make the mistake of.
Yeah.
And movie star actually train and race Zwift, know how to race Zwift, and so it doesn't matter how strong you are. There's always a guy just as strong as you, but who's a bit smarter.
Yeah.
We got some results up.
Yeah.
It's like we're 8. You guys?
That's all right. First week out.
8 out of 15. That's actually not too bad.
Yep.
Well, 1 rider down makes a big difference. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the points yet, but if you're missing 20 or so points, it can drop you down pretty quick.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams with 5.
Yeah, we usually did well because we had 6.
I'd say half the teams didn't have 6, roughly, without having counted it.
Yeah.
Are the fields usually that big, like around 80 riders, or?
No.
That's about as big as it's been. So I don't know if we've got more teams in now because it's winter over there.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I did.
15 teams, normally 10 to 12, isn't it?
Yeah.
I did see there were some riders from the Northern Hemisphere riding. Or not necessarily Northern, but the other, like the American time slots.
Yeah. Yeah. And it slowly has dwindled off throughout the season, the last couple of seasons. So we'll see what happens this season.
I didn't even bother looking at what this course was. I kind of knew what the course was, but
I didn't. I looked this afternoon. I'm like, oh.
The because I've been doing so many ZRL races now that it's kind of like, well, there's no point because we've done all the courses multiple times, and so it's not really anything you have to find out about.
Yeah, when we were in the 2nd division and telling everyone up, it was nice to have a look and see where we could destroy it.
Yeah.
Now it's just about hanging on for dear life.
That start was probably one of the most, like, even Zwift races that I've done just outside this. Like, I was doing 400 probably in the first minute or two just to stay in the train. Like, shit, what have I signed up for?
You did well.
Yeah, it's fun when it's strong like this.
Yeah.
It just, I don't know, I think they, like the Grand Prix series and also the last Premier Division series, the way they shook things up, I kind of wish that they did that with ZRL because we've done these points races so many times. It's all right if you're sort of 3 or 4 seasons in, but when you're like 7th or 8th, it is a bit the same.
Yeah, and the segment battle points aren't going to spice it up at all. It's just the same thing. You're still racing for a flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just sort of papering over the cracks, isn't it?
Yeah.
And they've admitted that they won't be able to get live points, but the problem with the segment battle points is it makes it even harder to get live points if we've said, oh, we've got this new tool. And that's what you really need.
How are you supposed to remember all the people with the same number as you?
Yeah. I'm going to have to write them on paper and tape them under my computer. That's great.
Yeah, the only thing it's going to do is when we're going to those banners, like we're going over those banners and just cruising, we'd have to sprint over them.
Yeah,
but,
everyone.
Yeah.
If you're in third group, you'll still sprint.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you don't have live points, so you want to know at the end of the ride, when you cross the finish banner, like 2 or 3 minutes at the most, where you came.
Oh, is it all calculated after?
Yeah, well, knowing WTRL, it could take a week.
Yep.
Is the reason they canned it because they weren't ready for it?
Yeah.
That's what they say, but it could also be because everyone said it's crap.
Yeah. Yep. And because as one guy said, it's just a participation award now.
Be a pat on the back to finish 60.
Yeah, it doesn't increase your
battle points.
stay in the group. Like I can pick up some points anyway, even if I drop off.
Yeah, I don't know why they just make FAL all the way down to like 100th place. That would be exactly the same thing. You don't have to worry about which, like, okay, who am I battling here? It's actually worth sprinting. You just got to sprint.
Yep.
Yeah. Have a look at the number on the right-hand side and then go, all right, that's where I am, sort of thing.
And you know it's Zwift. There's going to be glitches. Like, we don't even see everyone's proper bike sometimes. People enter the pen with one bike and they're actually riding another. So what if they enter the pen with one number and then it's actually something else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What happened with you on the Saturday night tiny race? Is there some weird thing going on?
Yeah, it was just the way Zwift is. So the timing was just a bit out on whoever it was. Josh, on Josh's stream, it's hilarious. Josh is like, I've won, and then he's like 3rd place. He's so pissed off because he would have got really good Zwift power points.
Yeah. So the riders are just out of sync on his screen.
Well, I don't know who. Yeah, maybe it was him. I don't know. It's Zwift. There's a couple of riders are saying people around them were like 4 seconds behind them, but they're actually right next to them.
Oh, right.
I think it was just that course.
Yeah, okay.
That was horrible, those two. The first 2 were fine, but the second 2 was basically the cedar tree climb and also that Fox Hill. No, was it? Yeah, Fox Hill.
Yeah.
Not all the way up it, but still.
I was watching you on that fight and thinking he's not going with these guys. He knows it's too far. Start to go. Not engaged. And sure enough, we reeled a bunch.
Is the time trialing, is there like a process to that, or rather than
So that's all right. So there's nothing really much to it anymore. You don't have to keep time or anything like that.
Okay.
Takes the fun out of it.
The art of drafting, though.
Yes. I haven't even seen what the course is. But,
is that RGB next week?
Yeah, probably the French course.
Yeah.
They love to do
Yeah.
the TTs on the French course.
yes. So if Ben's there, he will just set up a timer.
Yeah.
It tells you when you're coming through.
Yeah.
If not,
Yeah.
then I'll just set a timer
Okay.
and tell you.
Given the new drafting, would it be worth trying to do a Thursday night? Or, I know I struggled the first time. Pick it up better the second time.
If people are keen, I can try and do Thursday night. Just we don't have to race it. We can just do like a, half a lap or a lap or something, whatever course it is.
Well,
What time
Yeah.
day?
You can choose the time now, so you can. There's basically the time slots are right open, so you can almost choose to the minute, like 7. I think I'm not sure if it's like from 6 till maybe even earlier, but basically if we're all free around the same time, maybe 7:30 or so, you can generally choose those time slots.
I'll throw it out on the chat. We'll see.
thanks.
Yeah.
Just so no. It was so different to the old time trial format in terms of the drafting.
Yeah, it destroyed me last time. It's going to destroy me this time. But,
Yeah, it is a good idea just to give it a bit of a crack at race pace for a little bit, just so you can get a feel for how the bikes react in the draft.
yeah.
Yeah. Ben, you can sit at the back and tell us when there's too many.
Yeah,
of us
just
in front.
sit at the back and yell at everyone.
Yeah.
I'll be like Alpes and Phoenix. No, you guys suck. You guys suck. You're only doing 7 watts per kilo. What's wrong with you?
That's right. How good was Plappy? on Sunday.
Yeah, that was it. He looked like
Fucking
he
hell, sitting 5-10 metres off the back, just coasting. It's like, how are you doing that? These guys, Michael Matthews is going flat out, and you're just sitting there coasting, just 10 metres off the back.
It was. I went to the beach, so when I left to the beach, I was watching, and they're all like, "Oh, Platt's looking, it's like he's struggling. He's sitting at the back."
Shit. But he must have felt so good that it was just like, oh, whatever, I'll just coast around.
He had Carapaz as his teammate. He's probably practicing the Carapaz look.
Looking crap, feeling good.
Yeah. And then when we were driving home, I was like, "Oh, Whitney, can you check the results for the road race?" And she's like, "Oh, Platt won." I was like, "No, that was last year. What's the results this year?" I was like, "No, Platt won."
Yeah. Yes, when semi-good
Changed
sprint
up, so he
can't
was
cover
lucky
your
as well.
attacks. He was absolutely motoring. I'd love to see his squats when he attacks.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Matthews is no slouch. Like he's always there or thereabouts on the big classic races.
Yeah. Yeah, he could do nothing to close the gap, so when Platt went for it twice. Alright, gents, I'm going to call it a day shortly and I'll get some liquid in me.
Thanks for letting me join in, guys. Really appreciate it.
Good to have you on board, mate.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you on
Put
Thursday.
out yeah, I'll put out a message and see who's available and what time they're available and get it going.
Awesome. No worries.
Well done.
See you then.
Cheers, guys.
Well done, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, crawling up this climb. How many have we got watching? I don't even know. Maybe no one's watching. Where's Pete? Pete's always watching while he's at work. It's kind of disappointing there's no battle points. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get home in time from work to do this. Ah, there he is. So I had to, originally wasn't going to do this race because I finished work at 6:30 tonight. Now, technically I finished work as in I'm stopping, but I might have a few more things to do. And then I got to get home and be ready to race at 7:20, was it? So I said, I'm not available because let someone else do it. But we were very light on riders. So instead of catching the tram home, I jumped on one of those e-scooters. God, they're atrocious. Got home earlier. So uncomfortable. Plus the trigger is my thumb that I screwed up a few years ago in a crash. It's getting very sore holding down the accelerate button. They're not very fast. Wheels are definitely not made of proper wheels. They're like hard, run flat things. Even when you're standing up, you feel everything on the road. But I did get home in time. Got the stream up. We've got a river, but it's a bit too far away to chuck it in. Hey Daz, I saw you in my group. I had to make sure I beat you. I don't know if I beat you in points, but it's WTRL. No one knows what the points are. I'll see if it's still sitting out the front, Peter. I'm going to chuck it in the river now that I've got time. I was tempted to take my helmet to work rather than wear the ones, because we have to wear the helmets on the ones here, otherwise we get a big fine. Your BL13 races are at the wrong time for me, Daz. Plus also I'm trying to do less races on Zwift. Peter's a man for the Zwift racing, although he's had to have a break the last few days. How'd you go on the sprint, that first one? Ocky Man, or John Bowles, absolutely smashed the FTS. I'm not sure what he got for FAL. I think I held on to third. So I went with the aero bike because I realised that with the guys that we got in this division, I don't think I was going to get anything on the climbs. Being 1 second faster up wouldn't have made a difference. I think I timed the sprint pretty well. I just backed off just a touch when I probably could have kept on the pace going because I didn't hit the front. Yeah, a few people did actually, Peter. One of the New Zealand bro riders, I think I was about the same spot. Just on my, I got the source up on my watt balance. I looked up just as before we hit the climb, the second, or the gravel climb. My watt balance was in the minus. So that's not good. It's not like my FTP's been set way too low either. On Saturday with the tiny races, don't think I even dug into it. So to start the climb already in minus watt balance, it's not good for the mind. I think the was it Bleakley? Do you remember Daz, which New Zealand bro rider swapped the gravel? He went flying past us. I'm not sure. I think he just disappeared up the road. I'm not sure if I managed to grab him back. But I don't think it was necessarily the bike the reason why he flew off. He might have been going for FTS and was, I don't know, he seemed to be going far too strong. Are you going to start ZRL 1 second before the flag drops? Peter, you're going to enter the pen and then you're going to bike swap? Yeah, Daz, he was looking way too strong up that climb to be in our group, to be dropped on that the first time up it. The only thing I can think of, maybe he swapped to gravel on the first time he climbed it and lost the wheels to the top guys. I don't know. Because normally I love a bike swap. I'll do a bike swap even if it only gains me 1 or 2 seconds. But I figured it's not worth it on that climb. So drafty. And at the top, it's just flat really over those wooden planks. Wasn't there supposed to be a steamroller? Or was it the amble? I don't know, I didn't really look at the power-ups before the race. All I know is I kept my feathers when I got them. Like gold. Pete. Where is it? There you go, Pete. Oh no, my Insta360 is zooming in on my sweaty shoulder. That's the reason why I don't use my Insta360 for webcam, because you can't remove the zoom in, follow face feature. It makes it an absolutely useless webcam. No one wants zooming in your sweaty face. You can't frame the screen for streaming. Yeah. People would complain if there was a steamroller though, because they'd say, oh, it's too much luck. But steamroller on that course. So much better than Anvil. I use, what's the program? I use Iriun webcam, IRIUN. There's probably other programs you can use. So you can either use it through the Wi-Fi. It doesn't give you, well, I suppose it depends on the Wi-Fi, but it doesn't give you as smooth as that. So at the moment I've got it plugged in just into the USB on my computer. I did use it just as Wi-Fi for a while, but I don't know what was happening. It seemed to be getting worse sometimes. If you plug it into USB, you've always got smooth frame rates. Plus you can get, if I wanted to, I could stream my nostril in 4K. Well, it wouldn't be 4K on YouTube, but I can zoom in because it's 4K camera on all phones, most phones anyway. And so you can zoom in and still get high definition. Webcams are such a waste of money in terms of how crap the cameras are. Only thing is I pay a subscription fee for Iriun, which I never really bothered trying to find another program because it just works. You can use a capture card. That was the other thing I was using. Problem with the capture card. If you're using your phone, you have your phone in camera mode, but it shows all the stupid things that camera mode has, like the little circle for your focus, all the other little icons. Whereas if you use the actual program, it uses the camera, but doesn't have all the stuff that you see on the camera screen. There might be a way you can turn all that stuff off on your camera, on your phone. I couldn't really find it on my Samsung. So I've got an old Samsung, which when I get back to Essendon and set my stream back up again, maybe I'll try and find a spot. Only thing is, for whatever reason, the program doesn't give it a very good fisheye. So you have to have the camera really far back on that old phone to get all of the bike in if I want to have the camera showing me from the side. I have to have it like 10 foot back. Which is a good thing about having the 360. The 360's got a really good fisheye. So it's not really that far behind me, but I've actually cropped a lot of the image. Ideally, I like to get rid of that light and then also not obviously keep that light on my face, but get rid of that light on the 360. I just like making the transitions. Because if you've got, let me see, so this is a Luma wipe. They're pretty cool, but the thing is, you don't, oh my 360 zoomed in a little bit, if you do this you can see the previous screen as it goes into that one, which I prefer. Whereas a Luma wipe, fade, you can change. Oh, this is the one I made. Let's see if it still works. Those are easy to make. You just chuck it in, whereas that one's a lot harder. What would be good is if because you can do replay buffer. I don't think you can replay buffer a different screen. So I think the only replay buffer you have is your main screen, not the studio view, the second screen. What would be good is if you could do a replay buffer on the... Hey James, I did race. And I'm racing tomorrow morning too. Jesus. It's not a fun race. Speaking of which, I probably should stop pedaling, should I? What was I talking about? I've got lots of rocks on my screen. The other thing too, I've got the way the camera's set up, it's in front of my screen. Oh, there we go. Helpfully zooms in on my shoulder. Looks like I've oiled myself up with baby oil. Down, down. I think I'm not sure, it should fade out the volume when it does that. Speaking of which, my music stopped. I've got to change that setting. Mark O'Brien, I'm not sure who got the most points, but Mark O'Brien won the climb, beat Josh. Mark O'Brien's come off 10th place at the National Road Champs. Anyone catch that? Plappy absolutely destroyed them again. Quality field as well. So it wasn't like it was just beating shit kickers. I fixed up my creaky trainer. What it was because I packed the trainer into my car and brought it over. So the fact that it had been sitting with sweat, salt all over the arm, not being undone. So when I undid it, it broke the seal. And then when I put the arm back in place, that's why it was making that noise. So I put some olive oil on it this morning and it fixed it. I don't have any grease over here. But olive oil is great. You can actually use it on a bike chain, which is just collects a bit more dirt. James, went up the, I've forgotten what the first climb is. So you do the first climb and then you go up the temple. And I looked up, my watt balance was already in the minus before we started the temple comp on the first lap. So one bad thing about having metrics up, if I didn't see the watt balance was in minus, I probably still would have died, but it's not real good for your mental or your mindset. Oh yeah, absolutely. Josh came, let's see. Josh is racing for the main aero team now, the elite team. He got 7th. So he's 23 seconds behind O'Brien. I think Josh probably would have got lots of points though. There's Endo. He usually kicks everyone's ass. What happened with him? For some reason it's not showing, I'm guessing because of finish time. Not even showing my finish. I didn't ride. Is that Barnes? Can't be Jimmy Barnes. Different Barnesy. And I think that's a different result. Yeah, Zwift, you're drunk, go home. Let's see, my critical power still screwed. Yep. See what happens tomorrow. Alright, I better go. I think, try to adjust my sound this time. I think I could afford to lower my gain. I think I can still do that. If I lower my gain, you won't hear the trainer as much. Let's have a look. Tell me, okay, so the gain's really low now. Does that sound better or worse? Obviously I'm not. I'll put the fan on. Full blast. Okay, so I've got fan. I've got trainer. That gain's pretty low, it's at 41. I'll put it back up to what I had, which is about 60. So you can hear more of the background noise. My voice is louder too though. Gear changes, put it back down to 40. I'll go 44. Gear changes with rough gear changes. Put it back up to 60. I'll check the stream later on, see which one sounds better. Yeah. I think the gear change is always going to be loud because they're louder than my voice. And it's not active noise reduction, it's just the gain. Don't like active noise reduction. Makes it boring. What if I go in the middle? The hum is a trainer, I think. So it depends on my speed. If I'm going slow like I am now, let's turn around. There we go. It's more like the sound that during a race. So that's at 50. But my voice, yeah, that's, so if I, that's why I like, or don't like active, that's why I dislike active noise reduction, because you lose the sound of actual effort. Keep it at 50. Hedge my bets. So, because I'm using a USB condenser mic, it comes with software. See if my camera zooms in enough. It always zoomed in enough. I'll try and share the screen. Okay, let me turn this off so I don't get to, where am I going? Okay, I'll change up. Alright, so this is what I'm using. Zoom in a bit. That's wrong one. Transform, fit to screen. There we go. So This is what I'm adjusting the gain. So if I adjust the gain up, I get much louder, and so is everything else. So this is really loud. So we've got these other things to play with. And you've got signal cleanup, de-esser and de-popper. So this just means when I'm talking and I'm making lots of noises, it makes a little bit of difference. You might not be able to tell that. It's more for when you're doing voice work, really quiet background. Gate, I always turn gate off. If I turn gate on, it sounds atrocious. Gate. You can hear letting noise in and out, but the problem was you can hear the noise coming in just before I speak, so I turn it off. And then there's noise reduction. It's not active noise reduction. Reduction. Then you've got compressor, so dynamic range, so there's all sorts of things you can adjust before you get active noise reduction. I don't really like this software so much because there's little bugs where gain can adjust itself sometimes. For Whitney on her computer, her gain will just automatically just climb and climb and climb until it's 100% the whole time. So I can make stupid voice stuff. And then there's the broadcast active noise reduction stuff. Anyway. Yeah, depends on the mic, but yeah, that's why I was telling Nick, adjust the gain. So what you can do is you can turn the mic up, lower the gain, and then you get, it depends on the microphone, because you've got microphones which are trying to pick up the noise from the front of the microphone, so anything off to the side and behind doesn't get picked up as much. Oh, I'm zooming in, you can almost see my screens. It's the same screen. Smooth. Okay, Zwift chat. There we go. Because I changed my Zwift screen. I've got to go back to Zwift. Maybe if I do undo, 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 undo. There we go. Thank God OBS installed undo. Oh yeah, you should be able to do it with the snowball because it's the same software. You've got blue. I've just got the Yeti Nano. I'm thinking about going to a dynamic mic because Whitney wants a microphone as well. So I'll try getting a dynamic mic. The problem is they generally cost a little bit more than that. Not necessarily, but if I'm going to go dynamic mic, it costs a bit more to get a decent one. I'm trying to find one on Facebook that someone's decided they want to be a streamer, spend a lot of money and then realise they don't want to do streaming anymore. Phil was saying that his is a dynamic mic, but it's actually a condenser mic. I think he was getting cardioid. So I think it's cardioid. Anyway, that's the one where you can make it so it picks up the noise from certain angles. But he still has a condenser mic. Problem is, condenser mic picks up a lot more noise. They're great for studios where you control the noise, but the dynamic mics are what they use when you're outside a studio. So if you go to a concert, all the musicians are using dynamic mics to pick up their instruments and their voices. Yeah, I was Zwifty. I hope I look good riding away from Daz. We were on the climb together and I saw Sebastian Rayman, my old teammate from a few years ago. Well, a few years ago. Maybe, could be a few years ago. I know he's strong, so I wanted to stay on his wheel. That was horrible, that race. I was expecting it though. I hope Daz was looking more sweaty than I was. Mind you, it's pretty cold over in England, isn't it? Speaking of which, I'd better go to bed because I got another race. Nah, I didn't bother swapping because so if you get hold a draft, it's actually faster anyway compared to, I think it was 10 seconds if you're riding by yourself, but if you can hold some people's wheels, you're saving 20-30 watts. My mum's over in Paris at the moment. She went to the Louvre yesterday. Dressed up in all the warm clothes. I've got to do this race again at, I think, 6:15 or something in the morning. I haven't checked. So I better get off the bike as I leave. Don't know if I'll stream early in the morning. We'll see. All depends if I get up on time. I ain't just made it home in time to do this one. Did you see the upside down chicken, Marco? My mum sent a picture of that. The chicken or whatever the bird is. The plucked bird. I've been to Paris a few times. I went to the Louvre back in 1999, I think. Did the typical. Is the Mona Lisa really that small? I thought it'd be huge. It's funny going to lots of museums. I'm not really a museum person, but you definitely get museum overload when you go to Europe. Same with churches. I didn't see everything. I was on a Kentucky tour, which I don't know if anyone knows what they are, because I think they're an Australian tour group. Started up in the 70s with just vans, but it's basically young, stupid Australians. You've got to be under, was originally under 35s only, maybe. It's just a excuse to be idiots overseas when you're young, but you do 21 countries in 21 days. Bit ridiculous, really. Yeah, it was a long time ago. I'm still just as stupid, I'm just older. Alright, gotta stop it. Is it 50? Yeah, I have to stop. Thanks for watching, guys. Good luck if you're doing ZRL later, unless you're in my race. And I hope you get a drop out then. Alright, catch you later.